What's up, y'all? It's your boy Oversized Al back with Cooper Nelson on the Afterwards podcast. The loss happened. First off, congrats to the Nuggets, 2023 NBA champs,
Hats off to the Joker.
to the Joker himself.
Probably on his way back to Serbia right now.
Honestly, he's probably in Serbia right now, guys.
Yeah.
But we have a lot to talk about today. There's been a lot of breaking news as well as the finals happening. We'll get into that. But first off, let's talk about the Heat Nuggets, Cooper. This series, honestly, was shorter than most of us expected. I know that I said the Nuggets will win in Game 6, but I think you say Game 7. Fortunately, I only went to Game 5. To you, first off, why do you think the Nuggets have been so dominant all year? I mean, how have they gotten to this point of being champs?
I mean, I guess it's not like super surprising. Like when the Nuggets are healthy, it's like they are championship contenders. And like I think it was just like the unfortunate injury of Jamal Murray. We saw like he's back now better than ever. And like he was runner up to finals MVP. Like I mean, dude, it's just like the health wise, they're all healthy. Their bench guys were putting up good numbers. Bruce Brown, this Caldwell Pope come off the bench.
No, he's a starter.
He started, but
Aaron Gordon,
yeah,
coming off.
I think Aaron Gordon started.
Okay,
But yeah, he was putting up great numbers. Bruce Brown is the notable guy coming off the bench and just getting quick hustle points, like doing the dirty work, I guess you would say.
yeah.
And then Jokic obviously just doing his thing, getting a slight triple double,
Right.
20-point triple double easily.
Yeah.
And then Jamal Murray taking good shots, being really consistent. And then
Christian Brown.
Yeah, Christian Brown.
He's honestly, I think he'll probably be a star in the future on that team.
Yeah,
I mean,
I could see him like fitting in. Maybe
because he had one game. I'm not sure what game it was, but he had like 15 points.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, he just brings that young energy that you wanted on the team.
Yeah, like their bench is very energetic, and it's just like they can do it.
Yeah.
So I mean, also Michael Porter Jr., who's like he doesn't like he's not super consistent. Like he doesn't have a lot of points, but when he does, it's like that point mattered a lot. So it's like a clutch point where something that they needed to get going. So I really like how he plays.
Yeah,
aggressively shooting wise.
he's definitely not pass first player.
Yeah. Doesn't average quite a bit of it.
Yeah, we all know that. But I mean, Cooper, this whole year, I mean, it's been one crazy year, that's for sure. I mean, with the Lakers and what's been going on with them, and then the Clippers, Kawhi always being out. Did you really think that he ever had a chance in this series, or no?
Honestly, I just think the Nuggets are just so big and dominant. Like literally, no one has been able to really stop Jokic throughout the playoffs. So I was like, well, if anybody else can't do it, it's probably not going to be Miami. So I was like, well, we'll just see, I guess. But
well, they won that first game, and that was kind of shocking. I mean, in and of itself. But people were saying Tyler Hero was going to come back game 3.
Yeah, that's another thing that I was like.
Yeah, unfortunately, they didn't come back.
If they had him maybe in the rotation, that they could have been.
They could have pushed it.
I think they would have pushed it deeper. Right. I still think they would have lost, but they would have had more bodies to throw at him, and also like more scoring because like the scoring was pretty horrendous.
Because I mean, they were relying too much on their bench players.
Yeah. Which like they could. Like Gabe Vincent put up.
Yeah, they could go off. I mean, we've seen it before. Max Strus went up for 32 one game.
Yeah. Which Max Strus is a starter who took.
Gabe Vincent coming off and get 20 points, like that's something that definitely could happen.
Yeah, and like Kyle Lowry putting up, which he was pretty consistent. I think
Yeah.
that was like their kind of cornerstone player,
Yeah.
other than like Jimmy and Bam.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. It's definitely tough to watch a team like the Heat who have had such an amazing season, starting off kind of rocky in the regular season, but coming in clutch in the playoffs. I mean, you gotta give it to them. I mean, they are definitely probably one of the best teams, probably best team besides Nuggets,
yeah, I think
maybe.
they're definitely underrated.
Yeah, top five probably in
But
the
like in
NBA.
the regular season, they're just I don't know, they're not all there, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it was injuries for one, and then
Yeah.
also guys. I mean, maybe the chemistry wasn't there yet. Maybe that's why, or
I feel like they've kind of been that way. Like I guess Kyle Lowry's kind of a newer addition.
Kevin Love.
Kevin Love, yeah.
Kevin Love was actually really good
Yeah.
in my opinion. I think he really
was.
brought that playoff experience, and he was diving for balls. He was doing everything that he really wanted to do.
Right. Shooting good shots.
So I think that was a very smart like trade. Or
Yeah. Because I mean he is on like the tail end of his career. And, like,
right.
he doesn't have a lot of seasons left, so
It was good for him, I think, to get some playing time.
get out of Cleveland because they're rebuilding.
Yeah, they're still
Or they
rebuilding.
were.
But yeah, I mean, congrats to the Nuggets, man. I'm not really. There's not much else to say, man. It's been a crazy year
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah. And I mean it's not like super unpredictable that a 1 seed wins.
Right.
So
But I mean, they were playing the 8th seed too. So
yeah.
that was.
And I mean, like in all the series, I never saw them get like in deep trouble. Like they managed the Suns pretty well. It was their first. Timberwolves.
Timberwolves
That was a pretty easy matchup.
4-1, I think.
And
Yeah.
and then the Lakers, they swept them. But I feel like if you just look at that, it's like, oh well, Lakers didn't really try. But like
They did.
they were that was probably the toughest one. Like it was very close every game.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like a blowout.
Right.
So I think that was the toughest series, even though they did beat them 4-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that was their hardest matchup.
Yeah. So going to next year, I mean, Nuggets are going to be defending champs. What do you think they can run it back and get a couple more? Is this going to be a dynasty?
I say so, bro.
Okay.
I mean, as long as like they sign everybody back and we get the same team going, I think
Okay.
we got it. Health always plays a factor.
Right.
In a team like that.
Right. We were talking about a little earlier.
I think they got it, man.
Talking about how last year they probably could have won if Jamal Murray wasn't hurt. So, there's always health is always a big thing on a team.
Mm-hmm.
Like if your team's not healthy, then you're not going to win.
Yeah,
that's just facts.
So I think this team is. I feel like they will be like a dynasty, or at least like they'll get a couple more chips.
Yeah. This is the guy on the Nuggets team that you really thought was like kind of like an underdog, but kind of pushed himself into a more significant role as the playoffs.
I would say, dude, Bruce Brown really surprised me.
Yeah.
Like it was just like little things, just like driving to the rim, like getting easy points, like on those fast breaks. Nobody's really guarding the paint. They're looking on the out perimeter. He just drives in, lays it up, or just slams it home and brings some momentum to the game back. So I thought he was a really prominent player.
Yeah.
That I wouldn't have looked to, I guess.
I also thought Aaron Gordon was somebody that to me, it was surprising because he was on defense, man. Like he was just giving it to everybody that he played defense on,
right?
Including LeBron, including Steph, and all those guys. I mean, he was somebody that honestly, I don't think they could have won. I don't think they could have been as good as they were without him.
Right. I would say yes to that, but he is like a starting role, so I would like, and they throw him at like the superstar guys. So, I would look for him on the other side of the ball, like defensive. but like he played really well offensively too throughout this
Yeah.
series.
I mean,
Last series, like I think that was even more so. Like,
yeah, he's actually like a good shooter. I'm not gonna lie, he's actually a good shooter. So,
but,
and I was surprised by that too.
But like, you don't really look through him offensively a whole lot.
Right.
He's like a 3-and-D type of guy.
Correct. Yeah.
But that defense is vital.
What do you think about the Heat? I mean, do you think they can pull some strings and get some new players like Bradley Beal or
hopefully
somebody like Damian Lillard? Like, do you think they need a change? Because I mean, right now they are still like a. Honestly, I don't know how they made it to.
I mean, bro, Eric Spoelstra is working his magic.
He is,
and I think they've always been like
a solid team.
Like they've always come.
They're the one seed last year, right?
Was it last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They made it to the conference finals.
Yeah. So I mean, they're always good. I feel like they have really good chemistry.
But what's something that can send them over the edge of this hump?
Over the edge.
Yeah, it seems like yes, they are going to make it deep in the playoffs and probably finals, but they can't win.
Right. I would be interested to see if they can get maybe some more consistent like bench players. Like not super big superstars, but just some small pieces.
Yeah.
I feel like they might need more size, honestly.
Yeah.
Because they do have a lot of guards.
I mean, we did see Duncan Robinson, who really throughout the season did not play a bunch because he kind of lost his role on the starting rotation. He kind of revived his role in the team, which I really liked. He's somebody that I actually, to me, is one of the better players, role players, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
So I was really happy for him. And, but I mean, there's definitely some guys on the team right now who are looking maybe to leave this summer.
I would say, like, I don't know how much longer Kyle Lowry can play it. I mean, he was great. Just adding, not like crazy numbers, but he was adding so much to the offense.
Yeah.
Off the bench.
Honestly, I think you need to keep Caleb Martin. I think he's an amazing player.
Yeah.
Gabe Vincent, I like him a lot. Same with Tyler Hero. Duncan, of course, is a 3-point specialist. So they have the pieces there.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Gabe Vincent came up pretty big.
Max Strus as well. I mean, it was definitely a health aspects as to why they definitely, I think, won, but
yeah, Tyler
Hero or
that hurt them.
Victor Oladipo, was he hurt or something, or did he just not play?
I feel like he's hurt. I feel like he got hurt. Like
he's usually pretty hurt.
First round or something.
Yeah. So maybe if they had him as, if they had him as well, then I think probably could.
Which, depending on the injury, I feel like it might be.
Right.
Might be time to move on.
Right.
If he's had a big injury like that, and he's come back, but.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah. But let's move on to some free agency in the NBA, guys. First off, let's talk about the Phoenix Suns. This franchise has been a pretty on and off team. I mean, they've been changing players and trading players left and right. Yeah. So we just saw Chris Paul get waived by the Suns. What was your first initial reaction to this, Cooper?
Well, I didn't even know that he was waived, but I mean, it's interesting. Like, I wonder if he's looking for another team, or is he contemplating retirement?
I think he's probably gonna look for another team. I think. But I mean, he's been a pretty solid player on the team. Why would they trade him? Why do you think they would trade him?
I don't know. Looking for a change, I guess.
Maybe he was too old, maybe, or
I'm thinking maybe.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, they definitely have pieces on the team. They have KD, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, Cameron
big pieces.
Cameron Payne, Landry Shamet, Josh Okogie, I really like him. Torrey Craig. They have pieces, but I think right now they need a point guard for like an actual point guard.
Which
How'd you? Yeah,
could we see like maybe Fred VanVleet or like Bradley Beal or something like that
definitely.
being added? I don't know
Yeah,
how much like cap space they would have, but
yeah.
they're interesting to see.
How'd you feel about the Frank Vogel signing as coach?
So who has Frank Vogel coached for?
Coach for the Lakers in
Okay.
COVID year.
I mean, I don't really know enough about him to tell you anything.
Yeah.
But
But I mean, I've been researching. He is a guy, he's more defensive coach minded, I guess. So maybe that's why they brought him in, just to bring some more defense to the team, because they definitely lacked that this season. But I mean, Chris Paul, where could you see him land if he does continue playing in his career?
I feel like maybe like a rebuild team where they need like a veteran or something like that.
Like what you did with OKC?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe like a Rockets flying over
Really?
or something else.
A reunion, I see. Maybe him and James Harden come back.
Maybe they
That'd be sick. That'd be awesome.
looking for a couple rings.
Let's move on to Monty Williams. He was hired as the Pistons head coach.
Yeah.
He was the head coach of the Suns, but got fired after losing in the playoffs to the Nuggets. So Monty, in my opinion, is one of the best coaches in the NBA right now.
I agree with that statement.
His wife does have cancer right now, so what they did in the contract was that they gave him health insurance for his wife, and then they also gave him free airway. So if he needs to travel for an emergency on like a jet or something, he's able to do that.
It's a pretty stand-up move.
Right. So I think that's definitely a reason for him coming there.
Yeah.
It really, really shows the Pistons really want a coach that can develop these guys.
Right. And they do need some stability with all the injuries they face this year.
Yeah.
So
it's looking like the front office is looking a little better. I mean,
yeah.
Dwayne Casey went up to the front office.
I mean, with the picks they have this year and next year, I think the Pistons could be the contender.
They have the 5th pick, correct?
Yeah, it was kind of low for how like the
Yeah, we were all kind of shocked by
like dang.
Yeah,
probably not what they wanted.
No, yeah,
because they were like bottom 2 or 3.
Yeah, so they have number 5.
Okay, yeah.
Portland's still number 3. Dame Lillard, get your guys. Come on, man. So
Charlotte's a lot higher than I thought.
So Monty's coming in. He's going to be coaching these guys. Cade Cunningham's definitely at the front of it.
Yeah.
You got Bogdanovich. I mean, Bogdanovich. And they also have James Wiseman. You got some other guys coming in.
New addition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this team definitely can develop into a solid team.
Yeah. Especially with that, the coaching staff.
Yeah, Jane Ivey as well.
Jalen Duren, who's pretty good.
He's a big guy. Marvin Bagley III, Killian Hayes. The bust. Yeah. He's kind of been that way for a while, though. RJ Hampton as well. These are guys that you can take and move them to being all-stars or superstars, even. But, I mean, what do you think? Can the Pistons, like, go deep in the playoffs in 5 years' time? You think?
5 years? I think so. I think they could, yeah. I mean, as long as I think Monty Williams signed like 5 or 6 years.
6 years.
So
Yeah, they have time, definitely.
They definitely have time to build around the
Yeah.
young stars.
Yeah. We'll see how I think it's gonna be very successful.
And I think I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be a draft like increase the seeding from like this year
Oh
to
yeah.
next year.
Yeah.
Just because I think Cade Cunningham was injured like almost
Yeah, I only played
every game.
12 games.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
with him back, a
Yeah.
couple more pieces added, I think they're good.
Let's talk about Fred VanVleet. So Fred VanVleet declined his $22.8 million option on his contract, which means that he's now a free agent. Cooper, what teams do you think Fred VanVleet would be a good fit for?
I said like Suns maybe, and then
Celtics?
I feel like Celtics are trying to keep the pieces they have,
Well,
but possibly.
what about this scenario? What if Jaylen Brown does
Even
not
if
get
they
the max?
traded like for family, maybe.
What if Jaylen Brown doesn't get his max and then he leaves and then Fred VanVleet can come in and take his role kind of? How'd you feel about that?
I don't know if they're the same caliber player though. You know what I mean?
Okay. Like he's still a solid tip player.
Yeah.
VanVleet, yeah, he averages like 19, 20 a game.
I feel like Malcolm Brogdon, that would be more fair.
Yeah, you see. But I don't know. I think Fred VanVleet, he's a solid player. I mean, he's not a bad player.
Yeah, by no means a bad player.
So, but let's get to James Harden. So, I mean, this guy, seriously, I mean, what's he doing? Does he want to play for the Sixers or what?
I have no idea. I haven't seen anything, but I feel like if I'm James Harden, oh, I don't want to mess up a good thing. You know, they've got a good thing going in Philly. So
Yeah. Were you, I mean, looking back at the season, do you really think Joel Embiid is the MVP? No,
yeah, of the regular season, yeah,
definitely not the playoffs. If that's straight.
Jokic was the Finals MVP. So
Yeah. Yeah. Joel Embiid is definitely he's a great player. He's definitely MVP, but he just isn't clutch, really. So, all right. We're going to play a game real quick, Cooper. I just came up with it.
like,
I'm going to give you a couple facts about this player,
yeah,
and you're going to have to guess who the player is. Okay? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Give me a second. No. So this player is on the Denver Nuggets. Start with that permission. He averaged. Hold on.
The current.
Current player, yes.
Mm.
He averaged 10 points this season. He is 6'5", 204 pounds. Can you guess it?
Mm-hmm. Is it Bruce Brown?
Oh, let me give you another one. He is 30 years old.
Jeffrey.
No. He went to college at Georgia. Fun fact, he won his second ring. Yes.
Oh.
Ding, 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 ding. Yes, sir. Let me do one more. Uh, okay, so this player was top 5 in blocks. Actually, no, steals. Top 5 in steals. Plays for the 76ers. 6'2", 200 pounds, 25.
Harry.
Nope. He averaged 10 points a game, 4 rebounds, 2 assists.
Is it House?
Nope. He's also played with the Grizzlies and Suns.
That is
Sixers.
section.
But he's also played with the Grizzlies and Suns. What's called a U.S. First name starts with a E.
Anthony, no.
Yes. Jeez, taking a while.
But I was gonna say that, and I was like, wait, is it House?
Taking a while.
Bringing too lost.
Well, that's probably it for us today on the podcast.
Yeah.
There's not much to talk about. Let us know down below what else we should talk about. If there's any breaking news or anything.
Yeah, I guess the draft's coming up.
Draft is coming up. We'll do a draft spectacular.
Yep.
Maybe live stream. We'll live stream.
Yeah. No.
We might be live streaming draft. So that's on June 19th.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for joining us. And we'll catch you guys in a bit. Peace.